Okay, so the first part of the power-up comes from the ACT once again. So this is copyright 2016 by ACT Incorporated. So don't use this for any commercial reasons. All right, anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the first ACT problem, which is on a particular road map, 1/2 of an inch represents 18 miles. Okay? On a particular road map, 1/2 of an inch represents 18 miles. About how many miles apart are two towns that are 2.5 inches apart on the map? So, this is something that you could definitely solve with a proportion statement. You would do something like, 1/2 over 2.5 is equal to 18 over x, and then you would do your cross multiplying and stuff like that. But we really don't have to do that, because if you look at 1/2 of an inch, which is the same as 0.5 inches, right? And you look at that relationship between 1/2 an inch and 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches, you'll see that it's just the same. Like if you were going to divide 2.5 by 5, 2.5 divided by 0.5, you would have to move this decimal point over and then this decimal point over at the same time, and you would end up with 5 going into 25, which is just 5. So you know that there are 5 1/2 inches in 2.5 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply, since we multiplied 1/2 by 5 to get 2.5 inches, we're going to multiply 18 times 5. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. So the answer is 90 miles. The answer to this question is 90 miles, okay? So that's the first part. Pretty easy stuff. Pretty easy stuff. I expect every single person to get that right if something like that comes up on the ACT this year. Okay, then we've got another one. We say that F equals C times D to the third power. And we know that F is equal to 450. And we know that D is equal to 10. And it says C equals what? Okay, so since we have a definition for F, we know that that's 450. Okay, we can just substitute 450 for F, right? So now I'm substituting 450 for F. I'm going to keep C there because I don't have anything for C. C is my unknown. But I know what D is, right? D is 10 to the third power, right? So it's going to be C times 10 to the third power. Well, 10 to the third power is 10 times 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100. Okay, 100 times 10 is 1,000. So I've got 450 is equal to C times 1,000. Well, if I want to get C, I need to divide both sides by 1,000 because I've got to isolate C. And I end up with C is equal to 450 divided by 1,000. Okay? So 450 divided by 1,000. Well, if you did it on a calculator, that would be easy. I'm going to go ahead and do it by hand over here. 450 divided by 1,000. Okay? 1,000 goes into 450 0 times. It can't go into 450, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 0 here, and I'm going to put a point there. Okay? Now 1,000 goes into 4,500 4 times. 4 times 1,000 is 4,000. I'm going to subtract that, and I'm left with 500. And I uncover another 0, bring that down. 1,000 goes into 5,000 5 times. 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. I subtract, and I get 0. So I just converted this fraction to a decimal here. And my answer is that C is equal to 0.45. Now, it wouldn't be wrong to say that C is equal to 450 over 1,000. In fact, we could just simplify that fraction. Cancel out that 0, and you get 45 over 100. And then divide both by 5, and you get 9/20. Okay, so that's another answer. Both of those are answers for C. All right. Thank you very much.